Hey, what's up guys, it's Kelly, and today I am finally doing my 1k subscriber Q&A. If you find yourself enjoying this video, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, it really helps me out, and if you're new here and would like to see more of me, then please subscribe. I kind of can't believe that I'm actually doing this. For such a long time, this felt like a completely unattainable goal. Even as recently as the beginning of this year, I thought it was going to be like another 2, maybe even 3 years of YouTube before I reached the 1k mark. In April, I got a spike of like 100 subscribers and got up to 800. And at that point, I was like, okay, maybe I could get there by the end of the year. And then I got there in June, which is just like, it's so wild to me that this has actually happened, and actually happened so quickly, because it felt so far away for the longest time. So first up, I just want to say thank you guys so much for subscribing and supporting me and enjoying me being a hot mess and explaining books really badly. I very much appreciate you sticking around and hopefully enjoying all of the chaos that is generally my videos. So I sent out a couple tweets and a couple of Instagram stories inviting you guys to ask me whatever you wanted, and some of you responded with gusto. So let's learn some more about me. The first question that came through was from Megan, and she said, what is one book you recommend everyone read? And like, why do I have to start with the hardest possible question? You know, I cannot think of a book that I would like universally recommend to anyone. But I think for this answer, I'm gonna say The Catcher in the Rye. You guys know this is one of my all-time favorite books, and I think that for the people it works for, it is just a masterpiece and a complete work of art, and something that makes us feel seen and feel understood and feel like we're not alone. I mean, it is a very polarizing book. People tend to either really love it or really hate it. So, you know, some of the people I recommend it to will really, really love it and it'll really mean something to them. And the other people will absolutely hate it, but at least one, it's very short, and two, it can be fun to really, really hate something. Hate reading things can be fun. And also, it opens you up to be able to have really passionate discussions telling people how wrong they are about J.D. Salinger, and you know, that's a good time. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and recommend one of the most polarizing books in the world. Let's do it. My next question is from Lauren, from Lauren's Library, who I absolutely adore. She's the sweetest little bean. You should definitely all go subscribe to her. I'll leave her channel link in the description. And she asked for advice for smaller booktubers to grow or improve their channels. Now, I did start answering this. I got halfway through my answer and I'd already been speaking for 12 minutes. So I've decided that instead what I'm going to do is just make a separate video about how I grew my following, kinda, and like little tips that I would give on improving the quality of your videos. I'm for sure not an authority on it, but it is something that I get asked about occasionally. So yeah, I'm just gonna make a whole separate video on that if you guys don't mind. So Lauren, I'm sorry, I adore you, thank you for sending a question, but I want to answer your question in the best way that I can, and I don't think that I can do that in this format because there's too much I want to say. Then Anya asked me if I think that Black, Indigenous and people of colour YouTubers have difficulty maintaining higher numbers. I don't think it's more difficult for them to maintain their numbers once they've got them, but I think getting to that point and growing their numbers is a slower and a harder graft for people of colour than it is for white people, because it's a lot easier to make it on YouTube when you're a pretty white girl. It's just the way it is, and it's shitty, but it is the way it is. In addition to that, once they've reached those numbers, once they've started building a following, they could be at the same level as a white person and still not be getting the same opportunities, the same kinds of sponsorships. If we look at like Naya Reads and Smiles compared to white booktubers who have the same number of subscribers as her, they're getting more arcs, they're getting more sponsorships, they're getting more like brand deals, they're getting more work with subscription boxes, and there's just like so much work that needs to be done where viewers and co-creators and the book industry don't treat booktubers of colour or book bloggers of colour or just content creators of colour as well as they treat white creators. All of that being said though, I am absolutely not the person who you should be listening to about this. I mean, this is a dialogue that's been happening for years. As long as I've been part of the online book community, I've seen people having this conversation, but it's really come to the fore in the last couple of months. I'm going to leave some links in the description of videos that you can watch of creators of colour talking about their experiences being black on BookTube, the difficulties that they've faced just because they're black. A lot of the discussion that I've seen around this has been on Twitter, so I think I would struggle to find those tweets again, but I will definitely leave some videos in the description that hopefully will help you guys understand kind of what the black book community is upset about, and rightfully so, because they're not being treated the same way as the white members of the community are being treated, and it's just like a shit show. So that's my 2 cents on it, but listen to black creators because they're the ones that are actually having to deal with this. Then Anya also asked about my favourite black, indigenous or person of colour booktuber, and I have a couple. I mentioned Naya Reads and Smiles. She just makes such good content and she's so like bubbly and happy and positive. It is impossible to watch her videos and not smile. She brings me so much joy. Another booktuber I adore is Tasman from Tea Books and Tasman. She's an angel. She's like, I love listening to her thoughts on books. She's so articulate and so eloquent, and she reads a nice mix of popular stuff and stuff that like I don't hear other people talking about on BookTube. That's what I love seeing in a creator, is some stuff that I recognize and I just want to hear a different perspective on, but also like introducing me to new books that I probably would never have picked up. Oh, Ishi from Ishi Time is my queen. I adore her. Just her content is so good. She absolutely deserves a bigger following than she has. Hello, just popping in while I edit to say I cannot believe I forgot to mention Olivia. Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe is one of my absolute favourite booktubers. She was one of my first booktube friends. I adore her. She is such a lovely person. She makes such good content. She does such a good mix of contemporary and classics. She loves Shakespeare. She's just for like a really great eclectic mix of books and really interesting articulate discussions on them. You cannot go wrong with Olivia. I could listen to her talk for hours, apart from the fact that she speaks so well and like I want to hear her thoughts on everything. Her actual voice is so lovely and soothing. I want Olivia to read me bedtime stories. I just, in every way, adore her. Please go watch her videos. Then my friend Julia asked if I have any anxiety over posting on YouTube, and if so, how do I get over it? No, this is probably the one area of my life that I don't have anxiety. In the beginning, I definitely felt very awkward on camera, and if you go back and watch my earlier videos, I think you can for sure see that. I've become a lot more comfortable on camera over the last few years. In general, just kind of posting any average video on YouTube, I feel pretty much no anxiety. I've definitely had anxiety over posting specific videos or over saying like specific things, and I'll feel worried that someone will fixate on like a small part of the video where I'm not sure I've said something that's like entirely okay, or I am fully behind what I've said, but I know other people will take offense. So there've definitely been like moments of anxiety about specific things that I've posted, but on the whole, I am like quite comfortable doing this, and I'm really happy that I do this. And I'm very much at the point in my life now where I'm like, if people think that it's weird or want to judge me for it, then they can do that, because I really enjoy it. And now I can tell them that I have 1,000 subscribers, which sounds like impressive and stuff. I think I definitely was kind of nervous about it when I started, but I got very good feedback very early on, and not just from my friends, from like random people that I knew but didn't know well. So we weren't like friends in the sense that they would feel that they needed to support me. We were just acquaintances. So getting positive feedback from people like that, who had watched my videos because they knew me, but then went out of their way to tell me that they thought what I was doing was really cool, I think was very beneficial. So yeah, I'm like super comfortable doing BookTube now. Alan has asked, why don't you and Mr. Grey do a proper collab? Now that he has been mentioned, I really hope that you can't actually hear my cat licking himself because he's quite close to my mic. We don't have to collaborate on video because we collaborate in life. Also, he's like super uncooperative. What do you expect me to do with this cat? Like he's not going to do anything except lie here and look cute. My friend Kayla from Epicfied asked me quite a few questions. The first one being, how are you doing? And I'm okay. There are things in my life that are going badly currently, and that I am really struggling with, and that are causing very severe mental health dips. But there are other things in my life that are going really well, and I have some exciting things planned that I think will greatly improve my quality of life. This is all super cryptic, so Kayla, if you want like a real answer, feel free to hit me up. But yeah, I'm doing, on the whole, I'm doing okay. On the whole, I'd say I'm doing good, but there are like some very bad things and some very good things. And when you average it all out, I'm doing good. She also asked, what is your most anticipated read for the second half of 2020? Okay, I don't know what was wrong with me when I filmed this video, but I spent like a full 3 minutes talking about how I can't really think of anything that I'm specifically looking forward to reading in the second half of 2020, but like, still waiting on Hollowpox, still waiting on Gargantus. So those two are definitely my most anticipated reads for the rest of the year. I am so excited for them to come out, and I somehow just completely forgot that they exist while filming this video. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Then Kayla asked me 2 writing questions. One was, are you doing Campanaro? And I am not. I should be, I need to be, but I'm not. And the other one, which kind of answers why I'm not doing Campanaro, is, are you working on any of your own writing projects? And again, I wish I could say yes, but I've been so bad with writing this year. It's not happening for me. I don't have any projects that I'm feeling like really passionate about. I've kind of hit a wall in all of my works in progress, and nothing's happening in any of them. So no, I'm not writing anything, and that's why I'm not doing Campanaro. Alan asked, what's the scariest thing you've done even when it was not Saturday? I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna give such a lame answer to this. I don't know, maybe when we were figuring out what we were, and I was like, oh, actually, I'm kind of in love with you. That was scary, but it worked out. Then my other favourite Kayla Massaro, my bae, said, how do you juggle reading, working, and being an all-round awesome human being? Incredible human being. Kayla, my sweet, I adore you. I don't. At the moment, my life feels kind of like one of those triangle memes where it's like choose 2 and they're 3 essential things. So the one that kept going around when I was in high school was like sleep, social life, and good grades. My life at the moment kind of feels like be a responsible adult, look after yourself and your mental health, or do things that like creatively fulfill you and bring you joy, and it kind of feels like I can choose two. And although like these two are the ones that go together the most, this one is the one I have to do, so I can kind of choose like being responsible and looking after myself and relaxing, or being responsible and doing the things that I like but never getting any time to rest. So yeah, I'm not juggling anything at the moment. My life is a disaster, and yeah, I have zero ability to manage anything in my life at the moment. It's a good time. She also asked, when quarantine is over, do you think about getting a tattoo, or is that just me? I want a tattoo, I do, but I know I can't decide what I want. I have so many that I want. I want one here that says, awake and unafraid, we'll carry on, which is to My Chemical Romance lyrics. Awake and Unafraid is from Famous Last Words, and We'll Carry On is from Welcome to the Black Parade. And they are both songs that mean so much to me. MCR like has got me through so many difficult points in my life, and The Black Parade specifically is an album that speaks so strongly to me, and those are two lines that just hit me super hard, and I like the way that they fit together, and I like the meaning, and to me they're just very symbolic of coming out of a period of like very severe depression and not really wanting to be alive. So I want that MCR one. I also once saw someone had the Peter Pan characters flying up behind their ear, and I loved that. Peter Pan is another one of my favorite books that means so much to me, and I really loved that idea. But then I also want a mountain one. I know Kayla has a Sarah J Maas tattoo that I think it just says Rattle the Stars, but I kind of want one that has the mountain, like Reese's mountain, but that says Rattle the Stars underneath. There are lots of tattoos that I want, guys, but also I'm super selective about positioning. There are very few spots that I like tattoos in, and very few spots that I would consider getting a tattoo, so I have to be like very careful about what I get and the placement of what I get, because I only have so many spots that I can fill up. So I constantly think about getting a tattoo, but also I can't actually bring myself to do it. We're still on Kayla. How would you describe our Lord and Saviour, Dorian Havillard, in one word? Perfection. Then she said, fan cast the characters of your favourite book, and I feel like she knows where I'm going to go with this. I'm going to fan cast A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm going to fan cast The Inner Circle. Okay. I know that none of these are going to happen because all of my fan casts are older than they would consider for these, like, for these roles, but I'm going to give them to you anyway. So as Feyre, I think that Riley Keough would be amazing. She's exactly how I picture Feyre in my mind, and I just think that she would nail her personality. For Rhys, it's Colin O'Donoghue. Like, that is a hill that I will die on. He is the perfect Rhys. Just watch Once Upon a Time, see his Captain Hook, and tell me that that is not Rhysand. Like, he would be absolutely perfect. For Azriel, I'm kind of torn between two that I would be super happy with. One is Anaran Barnard, and the other is Matthew Daddario. I think that both of them would be so good for him. And honestly, my ultimate Cassian dreamcast is Henry Cavill, because he's like enormous but seems like a teddy bear and just like the nicest guy, and you could have a beer with him and like joke around, and then he could kill someone, which I think is an important duality for Cassian to have. And also he's got the like dark and brooding but sexy and fun thing going on, and just I think Henry Cavill would make an amazing Cassian. My ultimate fan cast for Morrigan is Margot Robbie. I just think she would be utter perfection. And then I think Karen Fukuhara would be an amazing Amarin, because she is beautiful but also can for sure be very scary. And the last question Kayla asked me is, should I start making YouTube videos again officially? And please, I've been asking for this for like a year now. Yes, I want videos from you. You got me all excited. You said you were going to start a new channel, and I was like, yes, gonna get to watch Kayla again, and like nothing. And just, where my videos at? I need content from you, please. And then the last question is from Julia again, and she asked for any bonus facts about my cat, who you can't see. Hello. I don't really know if there's anything specifically that I can tell you about my cat. He loves custard. I mean, he loves any dairy-based treat, but like specifically he really loves custard. He loves ice cream, he loves yogurt, but like custard is his favorite. He's a big fan of custard. He also loves the heater. His best life is lying on the bed with the heater on. He doesn't like his head being covered, so he doesn't like being like bundled up in a blanket. I think he gets scared. He's very scared of the dark. He's scared of the dark. So if we're here, it's fine. Like, he's fine with the lights going out at night, but if we come home later than we've expected and he's been left in the dark for a little while, it upsets him. Yeah, he's scared of being alone in the dark. So that's it. Those are the questions that you guys asked. I hope that I've answered to your satisfaction. Lauren, again, I promise I will make a video talking in detail about like some tips that I think would be helpful for people, and also just speaking about how I grew my channel. Thank you all again so much for watching and supporting me. Like, your support means the world. I really love doing this, and as much as I do this for myself and I do this because I enjoy it, it's not as much fun when it feels like you're shouting into a void. So while numbers are not like the primary objective, obviously, having just a little bit of feedback from people makes such a difference. And just, yeah, like every like and comment and view means so much, because it means that I'm not just shouting into a void, and that while, yes, this is something for me and for me to enjoy, other people are actually enjoying it, and that's such a good feeling. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart for your support and your love, and I'll see you in another 4 years when we reach 2,000 subscribers. If you did enjoy this, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. In my description, you'll find links to all of my social media, my Facebook, Instagram, Goodreads, Twitter, and my new blog if you'd like to follow or subscribe to me on any of those. You'll also find a link to my Redbubble store and my Ko-fi account if you'd like to support me on there. And I will see you all again very soon. Bye!
My life is grounded in a